Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Night Sky Guy. I'm Andrew Fazekas here to give you some quick tips about the Perseid meteor shower that's happening this weekend. It's Friday, August 11th. We're kind of on the eve of this wonderful yearly event that this year particularly is in a great position because why? The moon is out of the way. You may remember just a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about the supermoon, right? The supermoon, full moon, beginning of the month of August. And here we are 2 weeks later. Now the moon is very close to being a new moon phase, which means it's pretty much out of the sky. You don't see it at night. And so this is a great time to actually be able to see constellations, stars, deep sky objects, and of course, the meteor shower. So it's a really great time. So the Perseid meteor shower comes along every year around August 12th and 13th that it peaks. So this Saturday and Sunday, no matter where you are around the world. Now, the fact that it's named Perseids gives you a clue of where they appear to originate from, and it's actually from the constellation Perseus. It's an ancient Greek constellation, and it's something that rises for those of us in the northern hemisphere in the northeastern part of the sky, close to around midnight, late night. And if you trace back the individual shooting stars, those streaks of light that you see at night, you'll notice that they all kind of radiate out from one point in the sky, and that's where the Perseus constellation is. So let me show you using the planetarium program that I have, which is, by the way, Sky Safari Pro. And I want to give a big shout out to all my friends at Simulation Curriculum that puts together Sky Safari. They're a fantastic group, always so responsive. I want to give a special shout out to Matt, who helped me out today in understanding a little bit about reinstalling programs and stuff. It's just fantastic, just a great group of people. So big shout out to those at Simulation Curriculum that make Sky Safari happen. And so let me just show you the planetarium program. Fantastic stuff here. This is a simulation of what the sky will look like at sunset, but I'm going to put in what I want to show you is the Perseid meteor shower. So if I put in the Perseids, this is the Perseids. I'm going to center it. I'm going to show you where they appear to be coming out from. So if I just magically kind of show you where they originate from, you'll see that here's the Perseid meteor shower, right? Now I'm going to put this, let me change the settings here, and I'm going to put this, so this is in where, this is in set for where New Jersey is, New York is, just the latitude that we're talking about. And you can see here, there is the Perseid, where they appear to originate out from. That's where the constellation is in itself, Perseus constellation. I'll zoom in on it right there. It's not a very, very bright constellation, so don't worry about it. That's not the point. The point is just to show you that, see how all the meteors kind of radiate out from this one point? That is where we call the radiant of the showers, and that's the namesake of each shower, is wherever they radiate out from in the sky. So in this case, it radiates out from the constellation Perseus. Maybe I can actually set that up here. Let me see. We can have constellations, and we can show where they are, mythical figures, modern lines, traditional lines, by zodiac only. No, let's show all of them. This is not part of the zodiac. There we go. And there's, you can see the mythological figure of the Greek hero Perseus. And that is near the head of Perseus is where all these meteors seem to be coming out from. And this is just an optical effect. You have to remember, folks, when we're looking at the radiant of a meteor shower, it's sort of like, you can liken it of, if you've ever driven a car in the summer at night with your headlights on and you're on the highway and bugs, kind of these flying insects, splatter on the windshield, right? And they appear to be coming from one area and then just kind of radiating out from in front of you. It's like if you're a place where there's a snowstorm and you're driving in a snowstorm, the snowflakes seem to be coming from one area in front of your car when you're going at high speed. It's an optical effect. And that's really what you're seeing here, is that Earth is actually slamming into a giant cloud of debris left behind by a comet that regularly swings by the sun. And as that comet does that, it sheds a lot of material. Most of this material is deposited in a cloud that Earth is slamming into. And it's that cloud of material, mostly sand grain size. Remember this, folks. Really, it's incredible. And that's what's causing the light show. All of these little particles, pebbles, are burning up in the upper atmosphere of the Earth. And that is what you're seeing, this effect of these streaks of light. And they're occurring at very high speeds, like 60 to 80,000 kilometers per hour are the speeds of these little pebbles, sand grain-sized pebbles. It's incredible. And thinking that each of those streaks of light really originated at one point in an ancient comet. So it's really incredible, the whole history, and it's the awe and wonder that you get from understanding what this is about. So really, really cool, the history of it. It's ancient. Ancient humans saw the Perseid meteor shower. We expect it to last for probably thousands of or hundreds of thousands of more years into the future. And it spans generations, obviously. But it's really cool to be able to count them. And so how many can you expect to see? Well, if you're in a dark site, far enough away from city lights, then you may get to see anywhere from 60 to 120 shooting stars per hour on a dark site. If you're stuck within the city, maybe a typical suburb, expect much more modest numbers, maybe 20, 30 shooting stars per hour. Best time is when this radiant, as you see here, climbs higher in the sky. Do you see that time here, timestamp here? It's almost 1 o'clock, right? So if I go back in time, you can see it kind of rises above the horizon in mid-northern latitudes, like places like London, England, Rome, Tokyo, New York, Washington, Seattle, that kind of area, around late night. So that is what you're going to be able to see. Let me just see. Oh, I've got my friend here that I would just is starting to do his live stream, and I'm going to preview that in a minute. Just hold on. This is my friend Gianluca Massi, who's doing his own live stream right now about deep sky treasures in the Milky Way. I'll get to that in a minute. Let me just go back to our planetarium. He just started a show, and we're going to pop into there. I'm going to give a link to that so you can go and visit him. He's just setting stuff up. He has a live telescope in Rome, Italy. It's part of the Milky Way Star Festival. If you're out watching the Perseid meteor shower, you can see the Milky Way too, especially if you're in a dark site. It just looks magnificent. And there's a lot of really cool things to see in the Milky Way. And I want to show you, he's going to actually show you that in his live stream. So we'll pop into that very soon. My friend there at the Virtual Telescope Project, just within Rome, Italy. So, but before I go there, I wanted to just mention with the Perseids, if you're stuck within the city, much more low modest numbers, 20 to 30 per hour, still pretty impressive. Expect to see fireballs scattered about randomly. These are extra bright streaks of light like what you're seeing here, but much brighter to the naked eye, more spectacular with the Perseids. Also worthy of note, if you wait until Perseids rise above the horizon, so around midnight and beyond into the early morning hours, you can see here I'm near midnight, around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Do you see that the radiant is rising higher in the sky? That's why when we talk about late overnight hours being the best for the meteor showers, it's the darkest part of the night, and it's also when the radiant rises at its highest point, so you see more shooting stars. So between midnight and 3 o'clock in the morning really is the best time to see the most. It doesn't mean that's the only time to see. If you can't stay up, that's fine. Even if it gets dark over the next couple of nights, it's fine. You can just go out at 10 or 11 o'clock up until midnight, and you'll still see plenty of shooting stars. And you see what else there is? There's actually 2 planets very close to the radiant. The brighter one is Jupiter, easy to see with the naked eye. You won't miss it. It's in the east. It's dominating the late night. Around midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning is when Jupiter is really higher in the eastern sky. You can't miss it. It's the brightest star-like object. If you have binoculars and telescopes, you can actually see the moons and cloud belts of Jupiter. Next to it is Uranus. This is something you'll need binoculars to see. It'll look like a green disk in your binoculars, just to the lower left of Jupiter, very, very close by. Also visible, bonus, is the Pleiades star cluster. Also, again, this is just using Jupiter as a guidepost. Going left of Jupiter, you'll see, just scan using your binoculars. You'll have 2 other bright stars, Capella and Aldebaran in Taurus. Aldebaran's very bright as well, these 2 stars, and you can kind of triangulate between Jupiter, Aldebaran, and Capella to finding the Pleiades star cluster. It's barely visible to the naked eye in suburban skies. Definitely if you're in the dark countryside camping or at the country cottage, the Pleiades will look like a fuzzy little glow of a bunch of little stars, 7 little stars. So Pleiades, fantastic star cluster. Definitely check it out over the next few nights while you're out hunting for shooting stars. It's really impressive to see this deep sky object. And by the way, the Pleiades, get this, is 444 light years away. Incredible. And you can see that. That's just some good really fun things that you can explore while you're out looking at, the Perseid meteor shower. And look what else is there. Do you see that this is the Milky Way right there, cutting right across? It's really an impressive sight. And this is something that my friend Gianluca Massi is just about to give a tour on his website as well. So I'm just waiting to see. He's still... let me see if we can go into the live. He's just prepping his tour. I'm going to put a link that I'm going to share that you can check this out yourself of the Milky Way tour that he's about doing live from Rome, Italy. It's a lot of fun, so you can check that out yourself. And that's in celebration of this broadcast is in celebration of the Milky Way Star Festival, something really, really cool that Astronomers Without Borders is doing. That's what I'm also love to work with that international nonprofit. But back here, if we look at, here, let me just mute Gian there for a second, and you guys have the link, so go ahead and check that out. But really, for the Perseids, this is going to be the next 2 nights. Saturday night and Sunday night are the best times to actually see the Perseid meteor shower. It's really simple to do. No binocular telescope required. Your eyes are the best adapted lenses to see the meteor shower. And do it with friends and family. Find a spot with a clear overview of the sky. No trees or buildings in the way if possible. And don't just stand there and look up. You'll get a crink in your neck if you do that. Really, the best way to do meteor watching is to lying down on a reclining lawn chair or a blanket. It really makes a big difference to be comfortable. Might get chilly, so make sure you bring out some extra blankets, maybe some hot chocolate. Friends and family, make it into a party. That's really good. Count those wishes. There's a lot of different meteors you can expect. Fireballs, like I said, these are baseball to basketball sized stones that are inside the shower that happen, and we don't know when. They're random and they're very spectacular. So keep an eye out for fireballs during the Perseid meteor shower. I'd love to see photos from you and your experience of what you're going to see. I'm going to actually be doing a really neat live stream with a friend of mine. His name's Jeff Dai, and he's from China, and he's actually traveling to Mongolia. He'll be out in the desert doing a live stream, and I'll be co-hosting that. It's going to be really impressive to see some cool things. I'm going to put a link for you guys where you and when you can see it. It'll be tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Over a course of a few hours, you'll be able to see live Perseid meteor shower footage from a very dark, pristine site in Mongolia. Hopefully we get that good quality live stream connectivity for it. I'm crossing my fingers because it's going to be really spectacular to see it, and I'll be there hosting it, curating what you're seeing, and it should be a lot of fun. That's with Astronomers Without Borders.org. You can visit their website. The Milky Way Star Festival has all the information about that, but I'll be posting all of that stuff in the comments anyway for you, so you don't have to worry about looking it up. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope I gave you some cool information about the Perseids, got you excited about it. It should be great. The moon is out of the way. If you get clear skies Saturday night, it's good. Even tonight, Friday night, go out and look. We're ramping up in the number of meteors tonight already. You'll see a lot of meteors. You'll also see a lot more really peaking Saturday night, and Sunday night will be wonderful as well. And if you get totally clouded out, don't forget Monday through Friday, Saturday next week, you'll still see straggler meteor shower, Perseid meteor shower, shooting stars still flowing through the atmosphere, burning up there. It's just impressive to see. So with that, don't forget, I'll be on Monday, back on Monday with my regular Night Sky This Week live stream. So stay tuned for that on Monday. And I hope you guys all have clear skies this week. And until the next video, I wish all of you guys, of course, clear skies. Bye-bye, guys.